Bonds hit for it high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks Lads. Joined, as always, with my guy, Mr. Big Baller Larson.
Yes, sir.
Back from Lake Tahoe.
Yes, sir.
How we doing, Ben? How was it?
It was good. Fucking snowed. We probably got a foot this weekend.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was fucking bumping snow the whole weekend. Got to test out the new trail mode on the car.
Nice.
Getting the snow over the pass, and fuck, we even had the power go out on us last night for a good 5 hours. But
Oh, shit.
hey, we do what we do, and yeah, a lot of
Damn.
eating, a lot of drinking, a lot of snow.
All right. I like
Can't
it.
beat it.
I
How
like
you
it.
doing?
Good, man. Good. Yeah, I'm doing good. Chilling.
Yeah.
Getting over a little cold, or I don't know, something going around.
Getting the textbooks ready.
Yep.
That's what I like to hear.
But yeah, man, it was a good weekend. A lot of huge slate of college basketball on Saturday, which was dope. NBA Cup also. Bucks are going to the finals there, so I'm excited.
That's tomorrow?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'm excited for that. But yeah, man, it's NFL's winding down. Fantasy playoffs are here. Looks like I'm gonna win both my matchups in the first round of the fantasy playoffs. So stoked for that.
I'm getting smoked in one of them, and then I had a bye in the other.
Yeah, I'm.
I think this league is 2 weeks though, so I do have a little bit to come back with, but man, it's gonna be like 163 to 126 for me.
Damn, down 40.
Fucking Kyler threw a dud, and he's got Josh Allen. The other guy, it's Amon Ra, who had a fucking day.
Yep.
Malik Neighbors had a fucking day.
Yep.
So
I have Josh Allen, so that shit
Okay.
is beautiful.
yeah, Chase Brown was my only kind of saving grace for me getting. Nico Collins had a good week too, but man, it's gonna be tough. I still have Brock Bowers and Justin Jefferson tomorrow, so
Nice. I have Bowers in one of my leagues too.
Mhm.
Hopefully he goes off. But yeah, so it's that time of year, man, and excited for it. Excited. Yeah, man, excited, man.
Yeah.
Baseball. Winter meetings are over. Obviously, we had a lot to talk about on Tuesday, and honestly, I thought Corbin Burns would be signed by now.
Yep.
Shocked
So
that
did
he's
I.
not, which tells me that teams are not offering him a long-term deal.
Yeah.
That's what this tells me. Is they're probably only offering him 3 to 4 years. He's not getting that 5 or I know he wants a 6-year deal, and I don't think teams are really there yet. So I was reading and hearing from a lot of people that I trust, especially in the Bay Area, people I trust and have followed for years, saying that I think it was Wednesday night, saying that the Corbin Burns signing to the Giants was imminent, and that it was basically a done deal, and nothing has happened since, Ben. And
Yeah.
so we're still here.
I did see a lot of Twitter posts, not necessarily from that reputable sources, but that the Giants are getting used as uh just a way of building up that contract to have another team to force another team if they want Corbin to put up the big bucks in the long term. So,
Yeah.
but that's kind of where the Giants are, unfortunately, for their baseball at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the Giants are still like a very good destination if you're a pitcher, right? Because it's
Yes.
a pitcher friendly ballpark, and honestly, it's a pitcher friendly division because most of the ballparks outside of Coors Field really, and Chase Field to some extent, but that's a pitcher friendly division, and I think the only real suitors for Corbin Burnes at this moment are Boston and the fucking Giants. Like, I think those are the only two real suitors because the Yankees obviously signed Max Fried. That takes them out. The Dodgers signed Blake Snell. Basically takes them out. And then maybe the Blue Jays are involved. But to be honest, I feel like the Blue Jays are just getting used by every free agent and every agent, the free agent's agent, to drive up the price because the Blue Jays are actually one of the most wealthy organizations in baseball and have the most money. They're owned by Rogers Media, which is a huge media conglomerate in Canada. And they're supposedly, we always hear they're in on every single free agent.
Yeah.
And even Ohtani used the Blue Jays to kind of drive up the price. And even the Blue Jays offered more money than the Dodgers did. He ended up signing with the Blue Jays. And so here we are with Corbin Burnes, and it's like, I don't think any team's truly in on him except for the Giants and the Red Sox.
Yeah. And Bleacher Reports came out that they're predicting a 6-year, $218.5 million contract for out of Boston.
See, I just don't think that Boston's gonna give that 6 year.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Yeah. Who knows, man? Maybe they do. Be crazy. Mike Elias came out and said that they're not completely out on Corbin Burnes, but at this point, Mike Elias just be talking because all I hear from the Orioles is a bunch of fucking talk and never any action, and they're sitting on their hands while all their division opponents are basically getting better, including the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah,
and you have a plethora of farm talent that you can use to go trade for a controllable arm, and you need a starter desperately, and I get it, dude. Like, I wouldn't sign Corbin Burnes if I was the Orioles.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Not for the long-term deal that he wants.
No, but I would certainly go out and trade for a controllable arm, and they are not doing so, and I think that is only hurting them. Like, what is their end play? Like, I'm hearing that they're tied to Luis Castillo. Why?
Yeah.
Castillo's coming off a terrible year. He's fucking 32 years old. He's owed 3 years left on his contract, including next year, so 4 total.
Which is a huge contract, too.
Yeah, which is a massive
right?
contract. Yeah. So if you're going to, in my opinion, if you're the Orioles, you might as well just sign Corbin Burnes at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's hella confusing, dude. And obviously I follow a lot of people on Orioles Twitter, and it's just like, it's a lot of frustration there.
Seattle's saying that, yes, Castillo is available, but it's got to be for the right package. They're okay with not moving him.
Yeah, but the thing is like, if you're Seattle, like, you have to understand that moving Castillo is basically a salary dump. Like, you're not going to get much in return for him.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're going to, like, take on the salary, maybe you'll get something. But that's why the Mets are, tied to him the most, is because the Mets can fucking eat his salary and, give up, like, Brett Beatty, for example. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yep. But then, like, you got people, Mariners, insiders, and writers that are like, well, the Mariners aren't going to trade him for a package of Brett Beatty, and it's like, well, what the fuck do you guys? You guys are overvaluing him at his current cost, and that's a big thing that people don't. It's not just it's production plus the value of your contract. Like, bro, if you're making $30 million and you have a fucking 4.2 ERA, like you don't have much value, dude. Yeah, you don't have much value. Now, if you have a 4.2 ERA and you're making fucking $2 million, we could work with that because you can
even 10 million, yeah,
because you could eat innings. You know what I mean? Like, we could use you in the starting rotation. But that's the issue the Mariners are going to have moving Luis Castillo. And, you know, we talked about it a little bit last week on Tuesday with the Dylan Cease rumors and stuff. And I think the Garrett Crochet trade kind of took them out because I think their intentions was to trade Dylan Cease, similar to how they got Dylan Cease, right? They traded Juan Soto for a bunch of prospects, then turned around and flipped those prospects for Dylan Cease. Mm-hmm. I think their intentions were to trade Dylan Cease for prospects and use those prospects to go and get Garrett Crochet, who has 2 years left of arbitration. Yeah. So rather than 1 year of arbitration with Dylan Cease, you have 2 years of arbitration. Plus, you have to pay Michael King. Well, now that the that Garrett Crochet's off the market, for the Padres, it doesn't make a ton of sense to go out there and trade Dylan Cease unless you're getting a major league quality starter back with years of club control, who I don't necessarily know any of the teams that would be interested in Dylan Cease have. Like, the Orioles certainly don't have that, right? Like, the Orioles could offer a hell of a package, but they don't really have any, like, top-end MLB-ready arms available. Plus, they need them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they need Chase McDermott next year. They need Cade Povich next year. Like, they can't afford to lose those guys. Yeah. They'd be going into next year with, like, 3 pitchers. Yeah. So now I don't know what I don't know what the end game is for the Orioles. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I'd be calling Miami and saying, bro, give me one of Braxton Garrett, give me Jesus Luzardo, give me fucking Sandy Alcantara. Like, what do you guys want for these guys?
Yeah. And kind of going back to Seattle and talking about Castillo is, we were kind of throwing out there that Alec Bohm trade as well. But we hear that the A's and Phillies were in talks about a trade of Alec Bohm, and they want Mason Miller coming back. Yeah. And that price right there is way too high for Alec Bohm. Yeah. So if you're, coming from really any other team's perspective, Alec Bohm is off the table.
Well, I think the Phillies have overvalued Alec Bohm, and I get it. Like, he's under club control and he is an all-star. You know what I mean? Like, so the Phillies are looking at it from that aspect and saying, like, well, we should get a good return for him. But in my opinion, like, if I'm the Phillies, like, I wouldn't even do an Alec Bohm for Luis Castillo straight up. Like, to me, I need more for Alec Bohm if I'm the Phillies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And on the flip side, for the Mariners, it's like they're probably looking at it and they're like, well, we want more than just Alec Bohm. Yeah. We're giving you a top 3, top 4 starter. Again, I think both those teams are kind of overvaluing their players. But I understand what the Phillies are trying to, like, at this point though, Ben, the Phillies we hear Alec Bohm being traded to every team. At this point, they've tried to trade him to every team. It's like, and now they're coming out and doing damage control. Oh no, we don't want to trade him. We don't want to trade him. Like, I don't know, dude. Because the Phillies, they do need pitching, and their payroll is already exorbitantly high, which is why they're trying to trade like Nick Castellanos, and they're trying to trade these guys that have big deals to try and fucking shed some salary to get to sign a starting pitcher. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to trade Nick Castellanos for shit. You're literally just going to dump his salary. Yeah. And now they're talking about, moving JT Realmuto to more DH, or, moving him to not catching as much to save some wear and tear. Maybe Bryce Harper can play in the outfield next year because he'll be 2 years since that Tommy John, so he should be able to throw now. Yeah. But I mean, the Phillies got like Phillies made a huge mistake signing Aaron Nola, dude. Signing Aaron Nola that 7-year deal last year.
Oh, huge.
And he should have never got that deal. And not only that, but they didn't even let him test the market. Like they negotiated against themselves, Ben.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like just overall just terrible display of front office resources there for the Phillies.
Yep. Yeah, and as we're getting further and further into the winter, it's like the number of available players are just getting less and less.
Yep.
Pitching wise, you've got Corbin Burns, then you've got Jack Flaherty, Kyle Gibson, and Verlander. Let's see what 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Nick Pivetta, which are the top 5 available starting pitchers via WAR, and there's only one that's under 30.
Yep.
And then you've got some that are closer to 40, if not over 40.
I think Verlander will be good for. Honestly, I think it goes back to Houston.
He's 42 though.
Yeah, but I think he's obviously not going to get a big deal, and I think he's a good mentor type piece, right?
Yeah.
And Houston has a lot of young pitchers: Hunter Brown, Spencer Arrighetti. So I think
Spaghetti.
yeah, like I think he would be a good piece for like any young team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More for like a mentor.
Yeah.
Than anything else. Like that's where the value of him is coming from.
Yeah.
Pivetta, he'll probably only get like a 1 or 2 year deal. I think Flaherty, the issue with Flaherty is like, we saw Flaherty before he got hurt, and he was a fucking Cy Young type pitcher,
Yeah.
right? And then he like really struggled for a few years, and then now he got back to that form this year. But if you're signing a pitcher to a long-term deal, you want to see more than just 1 year removed from that. You know what I mean? So I think he's going to end up with like a Blake Snell deal from last year where he's going to get like a 3-year deal with a 1-year opt-out so he could test the market again.
Yeah. Yeah, there's talk that if the Giants don't get Corbin, then they'll likely go after Flaherty.
Yeah.
And probably overpay him because he's probably your best starter left available.
And I don't like if you're signing him to a 1, 2, 3-year deal, like I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But if you're signing him to like a 6-year deal, that's steep. And that's the thing with the Max Fried deal too. Like I don't think it's a terrible deal. I just think the amount of years,
way too long.
Yeah, 8 years is way too long, dude.
Yeah.
Way too long. But again, like if you're the Yankees, I mean, the last 3 years, maybe 4 years of that contract is gonna be tough.
Yeah.
But you also have a ton of money, so you can afford it. Whereas some teams can't afford to just eat 3 to 4 years of a pitcher. You know what I mean? So that's where the difficulty of that comes in. But Flaherty will definitely have some suitors. The Blue Jays could be in on him as well. Even the Orioles, although he had a terrible experience in Baltimore, so I don't even know if he would want to go back there.
Yeah.
So
I think that's another one. Like those 4 other pitchers out of the top 5 are not going to sign until Corbin's signed.
yeah, which makes sense, dude. Unless they get like way over market value.
Mm-hmm.
Like if a team calls Flaherty and is like, "Yo, we'll give you fucking 5 years, $175 million," like of course he's gonna sign tomorrow. But then if you're Corbin Burns, you're like, well, he just got 5 years, 175, so I definitely need to get 6. You know what I mean?
6 or even 5 years, 220, 250.
Yeah, so that kind of fucks the market up. Yeah, so and I think that's kind of the same thing with Teoscar and Anthony Santander, and why we haven't seen them sign is because both those guys probably deserve or will get a contract very similar to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So like these teams aren't trying to negotiate against themselves.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think the only real suitors out there for Teoscar at this point is and Anthony Santander is the Blue Jays and the fucking Red Sox and maybe a dark horse team like the fucking Tigers.
Well, what's his name today? Dave Roberts just came out today and said they're very close to signing Teoscar now.
To what? Because they signed Conforto to a $17 million deal.
Yeah.
And you have Dalton Rushing coming up.
Hold on, let me see. I just saw it here. Uh,
Irv said, "Who's the 2024 World Champions of baseball?" No one cares, bro. That was 2 months ago, but man, we moved on. Talking about next year.
Yeah. So Dave Roberts this past weekend said, "I think we are close."
Yeah, I don't think they're close. I think the Dodgers want him on like a 2-year deal. 2 to 3 year deal. And he wants a long-term deal, obviously.
Yeah.
We'll see. I still think either him or Santander is ending up in fucking Toronto, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
and
which
speaking
one.
of Toronto, Vlad Jr. just declined his extension.
As he should, dude. I mean, he just saw how the market played out this offseason. I would absolutely fucking wait to enter free agency. Same with Kyle Tucker.
Yeah. What was it? The extension was exceeding $340 million.
Yeah, but he's not even testing the market, so he's only getting one offer. You know what I mean? Like,
and we don't know how many years that was.
Yeah, and another team could offer him a lot more money and a lot more years. Like, he could get a fucking 10-year fucking $500 million deal for all we know next year. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he'd be dumb to sign an extension. Same with Kyle Tucker. And I think that's why the Astros were so willing to trade him.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, once a guy enters free agency, there's zero guarantee you're going to be able to keep him.
Yeah.
And they probably tried to work on an extension. And Kyle Tucker's like, no, I'm going to wait till free agency. And they're like, all right, well, we're going to trade you then.
Yeah.
And they did. And to be honest, you know, the Astros got a good return. They got Cam Smith and they got Isaac Paredes. Paredes can fucking play third base this year, right? They're obviously losing Alex Bregman. He's not re-signing. And Bregman's another one, another free agent who will probably end up with the Yankees.
Yeah.
At this point, because the Yankees are going to lose Gleyber Torres, and then they could sign Alex Bregman to play third base, can move Jazz to second base, his natural position, which makes more sense, or center field. So yeah, I mean, I think Houston Astros, I think they did a great job because Cam Smith, you know, he led Florida to a College World Series. He was the best player in college baseball, in my opinion. And he could be a fucking perennial all-star. But he's like 2 years away from the majors. Maybe a year to 2 years away.
Yeah, I'm not too high on this trade. I think Houston could have gotten a better return.
I think if Kyle Tucker wasn't on just his final year, he could have, but I'm telling you right now, man, Cam Smith could be a perennial all-star / MVP type player. He has that kind of potential.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest part of it. And then Wisniewski. Isaac Paredes, I have not been impressed with him at all, especially going to the Cubs for the second half of the season. He did not play well in Chicago.
Well,
at all.
I'll say this about Paredes. Like, his advanced numbers, like his swing, his bat speed and all that stuff, like, says he's basically like a 200 hitter. But he is going to have that short left field, and he's a fucking pull hitter, dude. He's never hit an opposite field home run in his life.
Yeah.
So those Crawford boxes I don't even know the name of Houston Stadium. It used to be Minute Maid. I don't think it's Minute Maid anymore, but whatever the fuck that stadium is called now. Yeah. You obviously have that short left field, and that actually plays very well to his strengths. And to be honest, like, he's no Alex Bregman, but he's also not like a major drop off. And he's probably a better defensive third baseman than Alex Bregman. Maybe.
I think that's a stretch. I think he's a significant drop off from Bregman, but also doesn't command the high salary that Bregman does. So
I don't know if
can
he's
go
a
out and-
significant drop off.
he's a significant drop off.
How many home runs Bregman hit last year? I bet Paredes hit more home runs than Bregman did last year.
Bregman hit 19 Paredes hit 19 home runs last year. And Bregman hit 26.
Damn, Bregman, he even got off to that hella slow start, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty impressive. We'll see. I think the Astros did well with that return.
I think it was a mid return, but that's again just me.
Nah, Cam Smith is that's a hell of a player.
Yes, absolutely, but has some time, and you hope develops well.
Yeah, but on the flip side, like, I love that move for the Cubs too, and this is why I always say this shit with the Orioles, dude. Is like, you have this plethora of young talent, dude, and you're not going to be able to eventually re-sign them all, dude. Like, you can't play them all and re-sign them all. Like, and on top of that, you don't even know if these guys, like, yeah, they have the potential to be great, but you never know if they're going to live up to it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing with Cam Smith. Like I said, Cam Smith is a year, maybe 2 years away from the big leagues. And there's zero guarantee that he's going to be good. Although we think he's going to be great, we don't know that.
Yeah.
So why not go get a proven guy in Kyle Tucker, who you know is elite?
Yeah, and try to impress him over this year to get him to sign a deal.
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees tried to do that with Soto, too.
Yeah.
It didn't work. There's no guarantees.
But, I mean, Tucker isn't going to be... He's not going to be going out there and signing a, $765 million deal, but...
Nah, but he's definitely...
He'll be somewhere in that...
worth $500 to $600 million.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, that 12-year, $500 million area.
But that's also the risk you're taking if you're the Cubs, you know what I mean? Like, you saw the Yankees, and I guarantee, Ben, I guarantee if you went to fucking Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner and you were like, hey, you got to trade Michael King and these other dudes, Drew Thorpe, for 1 year of Juan Soto, if they knew he was going to walk, there's 0% chance they do that fucking trade.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They 100% thought that they were going to sign him, dude.
Yep.
They absolutely fucking banked on re-signing him.
Yeah. 100%. 100% agree.
So that's the and to be honest, Ben, we might see guys with 1 year deals like get less returns now because of Juan Soto. Just walked. Because teams are gonna be like, bro, I don't want to trade all that and then fucking lose this guy.
Yeah.
And I guarantee the Cubs were probably like, if Kyle Tucker agrees to sign a contract, to sign an extension, we will give you like more.
Yeah, but since he didn't,
because that'd be huge. What else? The A's traded for Jeffrey Springs.
Yeah,
gave up Joe Boyle, which I'm a little torn on because I think Joe Boyle can be at the very least can be an elite high leverage reliever. And since he's going to Tampa, he'll probably end up leading the league in fucking ERA out of the bullpen next year.
Yeah.
The guy has elite stuff. He just can't fucking locate his pitches for shit right now. His walk rate is fucking insane.
Yeah.
His ball rate. But
you get a great left-handed pitcher.
Yeah, you get Jeffrey Springs, obviously 1 year removed from the Tommy John. But the A's desperately needed starting pitching and couldn't really afford to wait and see if Joe Boyle was a starter or a reliever. Like, they kind of needed a guy now, and so it makes sense from all aspects of it. And
Yep.
yeah, it just sucks seeing Joe Boyle go because, like I said, dude, like that guy got. I mean, he throws like 103 miles an hour, dude. He's got a plus fastball,
Yep.
and
But you got to get in the strike zone.
got to get in the strike
That's a
zone,
question
dude.
mark. Yeah.
You know, but like I said,
But-
dude, if he's not a starter, he's at least going to be an elite high leverage guy.
Yeah, I thought it was a good trade for both teams. I think it's great for the A's. The A's need to bulk up for Sacramento and Vegas.
Yep.
And they need to get their names in the headlines. They need to do well in this division, and we saw them, take those steps in the second half of for moments of the second half of last year. And they can just continue to roll as 1 year older for a lot of these players is going to give them that experience that they need.
Yep.
And playing in a minor league ballpark, you're gonna have to, really.
Yeah, but I mean, you're selling guys on, hey, like in a couple years you're gonna be in Vegas.
Yeah, no, but I'm more saying like you're gonna have to have elite pitching stuff, because isn't that ballpark fairly short fields?
No, it's not short field, but in the summer it does play small because it's hella warm and the ball fucking flies.
Yeah. So you're gonna have elite pitching, and you're gonna have to be able to put runs up, and they're working on their elite pitching.
Yeah, no, they definitely. I mean, they need a starting pitcher. Like they have a great bullpen already, obviously with Mason Miller in the back end. They desperately needed starters though, because last year, I mean, they were trotting out just like random fucking dudes, dude.
Yeah.
Like that was their issue. Like they just had no starting pitching, and so they had to get that figured out, and they have. And at the same point, like it's not only, I don't think it necessarily these mates are being made for Sacramento, but they cannot go into Vegas with a team not ready to contend. Like they have to year one have a team that's ready to go.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense kind of loading up now and then start to sign your young guys long term for Vegas. So we'll see what happens there. But the thing is Major League Baseball said too, Ben, like if they make the playoffs, like they're not going to host playoff games in Sacramento.
Interesting.
So I don't even know where the fuck they would play. There's no way Oakland's going to let them use the Coliseum.
No. Wow. Huh. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Just because they don't have enough seats?
Yeah. My guess is that they're going to use fucking AT&T or Oracle Park or whatever the fuck it's called now.
Yeah.
Because the Giants aren't going to be in the playoffs, so that stadium will be vacant in October.
Giants can wild card it.
There's no chance the Giants make the playoffs next year.
Giants can wild card it.
No chance. Bro, they're like the fourth best team in their own division.
Giants can make the wild card.
No chance the Giants make the wild card next year. Teams in the
Giants
National League that are better than the Giants. Here we go. Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, Cubs, Brewers, Mets, Phillies, Braves. That's 8 teams right there. Who are they getting in over? Who of those 8 teams are they getting in over?
Whoever has major injuries, like the Giants had last year.
Giants ain't doing shit next year.
There's going to be 1 or 2 teams that just come out as just fucking duds.
I'm gonna laugh when they finish dead last behind the Rockies.
They're not going to finish behind the Rockies. But
And there will be no heat on Buster Posey either. He'll get every excuse.
not after his first year.
He'll get every excuse in the book.
Not after his first year.
Dude, he's gonna get every excuse in the book for like 10 years.
No, I don't think he has that long of a leash.
Dude, he's a franchise legend.
I don't think he'll have that long of a leash.
They definitely. Irv said, "I'm with Jordan. Giants will be dog shit."
Of course you are.
I mean, dude, like, I'm telling you, Ben, like, they're definitely not better than the Diamondbacks or Padres or Giants. So, like, they're already 4th in their own division. Like, they have to pray that the teams in the NL Central take a step back, and the Pirates are going to be better than next year. They still might not be able to hit for shit, but
Yeah, the Pirates still have a long ways to go.
they'll be.
The Pirates have a longer way to go than the Giants.
I don't know, dude. The Giants got. I'm sorry. The Pirates have Paul Skeens and Jared Jones,
Mhm.
and then they have O'Neal Cruz and Brian Roberts, Brian Hayes.
Yeah, so they're gonna win 2 out of 5 games every 5 games.
I mean, they also have Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller is nice. Mitch Keller would probably be the best pitcher on the Giants right now.
True.
Yeah, it is.
They'd win 2.5 out of every 5 games.
So
So they're an 81-81 team, is what you're telling me.
I mean, the Giants are probably like a 75-win team next year.
No, Giants are 81-81.
With what? With what pitching?
You were talking about how much better the Giants are going to be next year.
If they
Because of all the
re-sign
injuries.
Blake Snell
Yeah,
and
they're
signed
gonna
another
go in
starter,
and get a fucking, they're going to go out and get another starter, and they're revamping their bullpen.
but that
Like,
that's the
just
issue,
shut
dude. Is
the fuck up.
like now you're starting pitching next year. Like as of today, is Logan Webb, who fucking 2 years in a row he's regressed each year. So I'm not banking on him being like anything better than like a number 3 or 4 starter. And he's your ace next year as of right now.
He's a better number 2 starter than a lot of these teams out there.
Fuck no. Benny had
Number
like almost
2?
a 4 ERA last year.
A number 2?
Yeah, dude, he has not been good for 2, like he's regressing significantly the last 2
I
seasons.
don't disagree with you on that.
That's why I thought it
When
was
he doesn't
imperative
have-
that
when
they
he
went out
doesn't
and
have
got
the number 2 spot, or when he has the number 2 spot and not the number 1 spot, it's going to be a completely different mind space for him.
That's why I thought it was imperative to re-sign Blake Snell. Like I thought the Giants had to re-sign Blake Snell.
Obviously, but they're not going to go out and give him 8 years.
Nah, but like, I mean, dude, they like overpaid for fucking Chapman and negotiated against themselves for Matt Chapman, but like they don't do the same for a fucking 2-time Cy Young winner. Like I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. I'd rather overpay for Blake Snell than fucking Matt Chapman.
Matt Chapman's only has 2 years left though.
3, but he's making
No,
hell.
he signed a 3-year deal, and last year was year 1.
No, he signed a 3-year extension starting this season. So he has this year, next year, and the year after.
No.
When you sign an extension in the middle of the season, it doesn't start right then. It starts the next season. The Giants fumbled that one, dude. Negotiated against themselves for Matt Chapman and didn't re-sign Blake Snell. And now they're going to end up with like fucking, they're going to overpay for Corbin Burns.
They signed him to a 6-year contract.
Even worse, dude. He's making like how much a year? 20 million a year? 22?
6-year, 151.
Yeah, so it's like $20 million a year. 22 million a year. Right? 22.
25.
20 fucking Jesus Christ, dude.
Dog shit.
Bro, I like Matt Chapman, but he ain't no $25 million a year fucking third baseman, dude. I'm not paying a dude to win a Gold Glove $25 million a year. I need fucking some at bats from you too. That's a terrible fuck. They negotiate against themselves, and then they don't re-sign Blake Snell. Make it make sense.
Well, they thought they had a chance to re-sign Blake Snell.
Yeah, but like Ben, I would have fucking won up the Dodgers deal. I would have been like, "Fuck it, dude. I'll give you fucking so much more." I mean, in hindsight, dude, he got less than fucking Max Fried. Like the Dodgers actually got a steal for Blake Snell. That's what I don't get about the Giants is like they
Matt
praise.
Chapman had a down year last year, but he still hit 27 homers.
Yeah, and he hit like 220.
247.
That's actually not too bad.
No, it's not.
But my issue with the Giants is like they praise Buster Posey for overpaying Matt Chapman, not even hitting the open market. I guarantee you, Matt Chapman doesn't get that fucking contract on the open
Matt
market.
Chapman didn't sign under Buster Posey.
Dude, yes, he did. That's why he's the one that worked the deal.
It was September.
He's the one that worked the deal. He's the one that went in and got it done because Farhan didn't want to give him the years. and Buster Posey stepped in and negotiated the deal. That was the stepping stone of fucking Farhan getting pushed out the door. But the one thing is Giants fans, they don't understand, is like they want to blame Farhan for all this shit. Bro, Farhan's a fucking genius, dude. He's one of the best baseball minds in MLB front offices across the league. Like, he's well respected. And, you know,
President of Baseball Operations Farhan Zadi negotiated the contract with Chapman's agent Boris.
nah, look up Buster Posey, Matt Chapman. Buster Posey indeed played a significant role in signing third baseman.
He met privately with Chapman.
Yeah, he's the one that got it done because Farhan would not have made that deal, dude. Farhan's too intelligent to negotiate against himself. And another reason why fucking Farhan got fired is because Giants were upset that he only signed Blake Snell to a 3-year deal with a 1-year opt-out. But what people don't understand is Snell, bro, until last year, he had never pitched more than 6 innings in a fucking game, dude. Right? And he was on the wrong side of 30. And you never want to get stuck with a long-term deal with pitchers because they never live up to the contract. Farhan negotiated a great deal. You know, what he didn't anticipate was Blake Snell having an insane second half of the season and opting out. And he didn't even get to renegotiate because he wasn't there.
Okay, Bob Nightingale. Giants minority owner Buster Posey met privately with third baseman Matt Chapman the day before signing the deal. It had little to do with contract negotiations, but everything to do about answering Chapman's questions about the future of the franchise. Posey assured him that the Giants plan to spend big, turning the organization around as quickly as possible.
But they've been trying
that's Zadi.
But they've been trying to spend.
That's Zadi.
Nah, because Farhan wouldn't have made that deal, dude.
Bullshit. Farhan was grasping for straws, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he was doing that shit desperately.
Yeah. So don't give me it was Buster Posey making the contract negotiation.
It absolutely was.
No fucking way.
No, 100% was, dude. Farhan knew he was gone, dude. Farhan knew he was gone. He knew he was getting fired, dude.
Farhan thought he had another year because of all the injuries.
No chance he thought he had another
Absolutely
year.
Did.
No chance. No chance. The only reason why he would have made that deal was to try and save his job. Because he knew, and why the fuck would Buster Posey sit there and be like, this is our fucking plan going forward? Like, I'm telling you right now, dude, Buster Posey told him, this is what's going to happen. Farhan's gone. We're going to try and spend money. Farhan tried to spend money. Farhan tried to sign Aaron Judge.
Oh, absolutely.
Farhan tried to sign Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Farhan tried to sign all these guys. And he gets all the blame for not being able to lock them up. And then Giants fans want to turn around, well, you only signed Blake Snell to a 3-year deal with a 1-year opt-out. Yeah, it was a great deal at the time. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was it was a great deal for Snell, too, because it was at the end of the summer. And nobody was giving him the signing. So, I mean, I don't disagree with Snell taking that contract. But I also don't know if I would give Snell the 8 years.
I mean, yeah, it's, again, like, when you sign a pitcher to an 8-year deal like that, especially on the other side of 30, you're doing it understanding that you are fucking, the last 3 years of that at least are going to be tough.
Yeah. But,
you know, at the same time, sometimes you got to fucking bite the bullet and just do it. and I think Blake Snell means more to the Giants this year than he does the Dodgers. Like, the Giants, in my opinion, like, absolutely needed him. 100%. Whereas, like, he's just a fucking cherry on top for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And then losing him to your division rival is even fucking, that hurts even worse.
Horrid. Yep.
So I would have been like, all right, if they're going to offer you, what did they give him, Ben? 6-year, 181? Right?
No. Yes. Yes.
I would have been like, fuck, dude, we'll give you 7 years, 200 million, dude. Just fucking sign the deal, bro.
5-year 182.
5 years. I would have been like, dude, bro, we'll give you 6 years, 196. Just sign the fucking deal, dude. Because, I mean, now, I mean, again, it's hindsight, but now you look at the Max Fried deal and fucking Blake Snell's a steal.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I mean, also, you know, how much of a discount do you take to go and, you know, play with the Dodgers?
I mean, who knows? Because we don't know what other negotiations he had
Yeah.
going on, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
like, I don't think that I don't think the Dodgers were his preferred destination.
Mhm.
I think his preferred destination was staying with San Francisco, to be honest. But again,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know when
Blake
he
Snell.
when he didn't play that last game. I pretty much figured it was a done deal. He was gone.
Yeah, I don't know. But now it hurts the Giants because now they're gonna get stuck fucking overpaying for Corbin Burns.
Yep. And if not Corbin Burns, then
I'd actually rather have Flaherty, to be honest.
yeah. Flaherty's at least what 20.
No, I think he's like 29,
29.
30. Yeah.
29, yeah.
But Burns is like his whiff rate and his K percentage all fucking going down like each of the last 2 years.
Mhm. Another guy out there that's at least younger is Patrick Sandoval. But
Yeah.
he did not have a great year last year.
Yeah, he had a terrible year. But you could get him for cheap, dude. Buy
Mhm.
low and hope he bounces back. Because Patrick Sandoval is actually a dude that like I've been high on.
Mhm.
Thinking
Yeah, and playing in a good park.
yeah.
I mean, I guess Boston's a pretty good park. They've got a short, right field?
No. Well, they have the Green Monster, but Patrick Sandoval,
That's left field, right?
Patrick Sandoval pitched in for the Angels, man.
Where else is Patrick Sandoval?
Pretty sure he was only with the Angels.
Who am I? Who was with Boston last year that I'm thinking of?
Pavetta.
Was it?
He's the only one that's like a free agent that was on their team last year.
Huh. Huh. Yeah, I fucked that one up. That's for sure. Was it? No, it wasn't Patrick Corbin out of the Nats.
For the Red Sox?
Yeah, no. What am I thinking?
Oh no. To be honest, the Giants should fucking call the Marlins too and be like, yo, we'll trade you Luciano for fucking Jesus Luzardo.
Yeah, I mean, there's still talk that Yastrzemski is not going to be a part of the team. There's talks that Luciano, that Casey Schmidt is on the trading block, and
I just don't know what kind of value Casey Schmidt has been.
yeah, and Wilmer Flores as well.
No, Wilmer Flores signed a minor league deal with fucking the Tigers.
Okay.
He's gone.
Good.
Yeah, he fucking sucks. But the Giants, they need to do something, man, because, like I said, they're the fourth best team in the division as of today. And it's a pretty big gap between them and the Diamondbacks and Padres, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But again, like there's still a lot of time left, and like we haven't seen a lot of relievers sign yet. Obviously, Tanner Scott is like the big domino to fall there, which we're kind of waiting on. But Giants got to do something, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
They got to do something, and they got to hope Kyle Harrison bounces back too.
They gotta, and Camilo Duvall bounces back, and
I think Duvall will be okay. I think
yeah,
he'll be
if
okay.
he's not in the reliever role, I'm sorry, if he's not in the closer role, then I'm fine with that.
Relievers are so volatile too. Like one year they'll be like unhittable, the next year they'll have a bad year, then they'll bounce back. Like
Yeah.
we see that shit all the time with relievers. So that's why, like, if you're the Giants, in my opinion, like trading Duvall now is like hella stupid because you're like selling hella low.
Low, yeah.
You might as well let him play and hope he bounces back, and then say he has a good year, then you flip him next season. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or if he's has a good year and you're out of the playoff race come the trade deadline, then you trade him at the deadline.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I'm actually surprised at relief pitchers who haven't been snatched up. I mean, when
It's because
the
they're all
number
waiting
4
for Tanner Scott, dude.
yeah, when the number 4 relief pitcher is Aroldis Chapman, that's
He was signed up by Boston
well,
one
yeah,
year.
no, I know, but number 4 is Aroldis at 2.9 WAR, and you have Clay Holmes at number 5, but 1, 2, and 3 haven't gone, and then like 6 through 15 haven't gone either.
Yeah. Tanner Scott's the big domino, especially for. I think once Tanner Scott fucking signs, then you'll see who's 2 and 3.
Jeff Hoffman and David Robertson.
See, Hoffman's
Robertson's 40 though.
yeah. Hoffman's interesting because like Hoffman had like a really good first half last year and then a bad second half.
Mhm.
So, like, I don't think similar to Clay Holmes, which is why I think Clay Holmes like jumped at the first opportunity he got because Clay Holmes had a terrible second half of the year.
Yeah.
So,
Then you've got Kenley Jansen, Chris Martin, Carlos Estevez, Sean Armstrong.
Estevez is a good one.
Yep. Hobie Milner, Danny Colombe, Dylan Floro, Kirby
Colombe.
Yates,
Coulomb.
Kulum,
Yep.
damn silent B. Jose Leclerc
Leclerc's an
Jacob
interesting
Junis.
one too.
and Caleb Ferguson. And then you got like AJ Minter
And Kirby Yates too. Kirby Yates is a free agent, right?
Yep.
I think he's gonna sign with Detroit, which is very intriguing.
Yep.
Add to an already deep bullpen.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, relief pitching is Giants can revamp their whole bullpen there,
Yeah,
which they're gonna have to
they're
do.
gonna have to. Yeah, fucking bullpen sucks.
Yep. But again, I think if you revamp your bullpen with probably at least three pitcher signings there, and you get a starter, at least a number 1 and maybe a 5. I don't even think you need a 5 because you have Harrison and Birdsong back there.
Yeah,
And then Robbie Ray and
you have Robbie Ray.
who pitched decently last year, coming off of his TJ.
Yeah,
And then you move Loken down to number 2, like 2-3, depending on how Ray pitches in spring training. I'm happy with that.
yeah. I don't think it's terrible, but see, my issue is like
And you got Hicks too.
that's true. You do have Jordan Hicks, but I think he's more. I think the Jordan Hicks is a starter. Fucking experiment is over, dude.
Well, I mean, he got injured last year too, which didn't help.
Yeah, but I mean, like the Cardinals tried to make him a starter and like realized that he wasn't, moved him back to the bullpen, and then the Giants tried to make him a starter, and he looked good the first like 2 months, and then realized he wasn't a starter, moved him back to the bullpen, and just keep him in the bullpen, dude. I mean, the guy throws fucking gas.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, my only thing with the Giants, dude, is like, you know, obviously Blake Snell's like a true ace, like a number one. And Corbin Burns, I would say, is still an ace, but like I said, his numbers are kind of declining. His advanced metrics have kind of declined. And so, like, giving him a long-term deal would be worrisome, in my opinion. However, like, at least next year and probably the year after, he's still a top of the rotation type of starter. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, or maybe it's not a free agent and it's a trade, because you've got two top level young prospects there in Luciano and Casey Schmidt.
yeah, but
That-
the biggest issue about a trade is is right now probably the Marlins and the Mariners with Castillo are probably the only two people shopping starting pitching.
pitchers. Yeah.
And so, like, and the thing with the Marlins too, Ben, is like they have hella talent pitching wise, but none of those motherfuckers can stay healthy, bro.
Well, the Rays are obviously looking to sell starters as well.
Well, I think they only traded Jeffrey Springs.
Yeah, and then if you do, you're asking for a question mark of, who's going to come back as strong after coming off of major injury.
Yeah. But it makes sense for the Marlins because, I mean, they have a plethora of starting pitching. The problem is that they were all hurt last year. Braxton Garrett, Luzardo, Alcantara, Max Meyer, he came back from injury. Like, they're all fucking hurt, dude. So it's like, but they still have a plethora, and I'm sure they, like, again, you're selling low on those guys, especially like the name being tossed around the most right now is Jesus Luzardo. You're definitely selling low if you're the fucking Marlins. But if you're a team trading for him, like, I mean, you have a top of the line starter if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Like, I guarantee you fucking Luciano for Luzardo, fuck, I'd do it.
Yep.
Do it on both sides.
Yeah.
If I'm the Marlins, I would do it, and if I'm the Giants, I would do it.
I think Casey Schmidt's available too.
I'm not that high on Casey Schmidt.
Casey Schmidt needs to be at third, though.
It's kind of ass.
He's not as good at on the right side of the field.
Yeah. I think he's just like.
But because you signed Chapman, he's to long term. He's expendable now.
You know, I think at best he's like a fucking platoon player.
No, he's got a good bat. He just needs to get used to major league stuff.
I mean, that's half the battle, dude.
Yeah. Yep. No, I think Casey Schmidt has more upside than Luciano right now.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Luciano dropped off the map, dude.
Luciano only dropped off the map because he made a few errors in the field, and then they fucking stopped playing him.
Yeah, his minor league numbers dropped.
Yeah, because
significantly too.
Fucking, they mentally broke him, dude.
Mm.
He was balling out, and then he had those 2 games in like Pittsburgh and shit, in New York. I think 2 of them that he like cost them the game, and after that, they fucking sent him down, and like you just mentally break dudes for that shit, bro.
Yeah, and then you trade Soler to become your DH, and he only plays 6 games, and then he's back down.
Yep.
Yep.
And well, the other thing too, when you like ship guys down for making a mistake, then they're always worried about making a mistake going forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't play carefree.
Yep.
That's why you gotta fucking just let dudes play, bro. Like, that's the thing with the Orioles, Ben. Like, they call up their fucking prospects, and it's like they don't give them at bats every day. It's like,
yep.
What's the point of calling them up, dude? If you're not gonna fucking play them, doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense to me. Like, fuck, dude, let them play. They gotta learn.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right.
I mean, Mike Elias, dude, just dropping the fucking ball in Baltimore, dude. Like, Ben, 2 years ago, if you were to tell me that this team would be like going into next year is maybe the third best team in their division, I'd be like, you're fucking crazy, bro. I mean, there's a good chance they might finish. I would say the Red Sox are the team to beat in that division right now. Maybe the Yankees.
Yeah.
But
I think there's the potential for the Red Sox.
Man, the Red Sox are going to be good, bro.
Yeah, Red Sox are definitely going to be good.
Garrett Crochet.
Yeah.
Fucking Tanner Houck.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think the fight for the division has now moved from Baltimore and New York to Boston and New York.
I mean,
Baltimore's
still going to be a player, but they should easily be the clear-cut favorite in that division at this point. And they're not. Because last year, when we're talking in the offseason, it's like, oh, Baltimore is a team to go through. Like, you have to get through Baltimore to win that division. Yeah. And now we're talking about it like, well, you know, Boston and New York are probably the two best teams in that division.
Well, I mean, even then, I'd probably still put Baltimore and New York kind of close in that.
Oh, 100%.
Area.
But the problem with Baltimore is they don't have the starting pitching.
They don't have the starting pitching, and they're young.
They have to get a starting pitcher, dude. Right now, Zach Eflin is their best pitcher.
Yeah, and their bats need to wake up, which was.
They'll be all right, dude.
The consistency was not there last year.
Well, they all fell off a cliff in the second half.
Yeah. Yep.
But I still, to this day, I think fucking Adley was hurt last year. I think he was playing through an injury.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a dude just fall off. Went from like a 300 hitter in the first half and then hit like 180 the second half. Like he 100% had to have been hurt. And he was just battling through it.
Yeah.
And then also Jordan Westberg fucking breaking his wrist. That didn't help him at all.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Obviously not.
That was a terrible break. But yeah, I think the Orioles will be. I think offensively they'll be fine next year. But like you can't look at the Red Sox last year, bro. They had to like fucking go out there and win games like 10-7, dude. You can't do that every day, bro. Like you can't rely on that shit. You have to have pitching in. Like the Orioles, I think right now they're really banking on their fucking relief pitching next year, and especially the back end of it with Sir Anthony Dominguez, and then obviously Big Mountain Felix Bautista coming back, and then you obviously have fucking Yennier Cano too. So you got three really fucking good high-end leverage relievers, but you got to get to that fucking seventh inning, dude. You know what I mean? Like, how are you getting there? That's the big question. I mean, Ben, right now, Zach Eflin's their best starter next year. He's their number one. They were to be in a playoff series, they'd be pitching fucking Zach Eflin, Cade Povich, and Chase McDermott. What are we doing?
And Grayson?
Oh, yeah, Grayson. He'll be back healthy next year. So
Dean?
Yeah, Dean's he's a great back end of the rotation guy, but we learned last year he's not a fucking front of the rotation guy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you got Eflin, Rodriguez, Kramer, Suarez, and Rogers.
And Povich and McDermott. But Suarez, dude, like, he's not a starter, bro. He's a fucking long reliever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a good year, but I mean, he's not replicating that shit, dude. Just like Ben Lively ain't replicating what he did last year in Cleveland. I guarantee that. If Trevor Rogers can, I mean, I'll say this right now, Ben. If Trevor Rogers comes back to like 2021, 2020 Trevor Rogers, the Orioles will win that division. But that is a major if, dude.
I think you still need another starter there.
Well, because 2020, 2021, Trevor Rogers was a fucking ace, dude.
Yeah. But I still think you need another.
Well, Grayson is a top end of the rotation starter, which is why I say if Trevor Rogers comes back to form. But again, that is a huge if, and I would not bank on it. if I'm the Orioles, I'd be happy if he just fucking gives me 180 innings of fucking 4 ERA fucking baseball at this point, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But there is that chance he fucking, I mean, because that pitcher still is in there in Trevor Rogers. I mean, I was once a dude, we were like, this guy's going to compete for Cy Young awards. You know, that's what we thought of him. So that dude's still in there somewhere. So, but yes, if I'm the Orioles, I would much rather be much more comfortable going into next season with another good starter.
Mm.
But we'll see. All right, we got any best bets for tomorrow, Ben?
Um,
I got 3.
okay, go ahead.
NBA, I like the Sacramento Kings as a pick'em over the Denver Nuggets. College hardwood, I like Middle Tennessee State -4 over Cal Baptist. And then I like Southern Utah in the night game, catching 5.5 points against New Mexico State. Those are my 3 plays for tomorrow. Nothing in the NFL games.
I think you have to take Atlanta -4.5 here because you've got your
It's down to 4.5.
quarterback. Yeah.
Oh shit! It was at 5.5 like before we started the show.
Oh no, sorry. 4.5 was open. ESPN lied to me. Right now it's at 5.5.
Okay, I was like,
but I still think that's the case because what are you on your 4th string quarterback now for the Raiders?
yeah, but the Falcons have looked like shit, dude.
The Falcons have looked like shit, but it's the Raiders. We gotta remember, it's the Raiders, and you've got Max Crosby out tomorrow as well. So, yeah, I'm going Atlanta -5.5,
All right.
and that's at -105 right now too. So, you're getting 5 cents right there, and
Desmond Ridder revenge game, Ben.
Desmond Ridder is hurt.
No, he's starting. Who's starting for them then?
I thought Ridder got hurt last week.
No, that was O'Connell that got hurt.
I know O'Connell was hurt as well.
Yeah, it's Ridder. He's starting.
Yeah, I still don't. I'm still -5.5. And I think you got to go Vikings. What is it? -7. 7 is an awfully big number there. But the Bears have just been.
Hey, I'll say this, man. Just lay all the chalk, and I wouldn't even be shocked if fucking Falcons and Vikings moneyline parlay smacks tomorrow.
Yeah, where can we get that at? Let's see. Let me pull that up really quick before we go.
A dog of 5 points or more hasn't won outright in like 4 weeks in the NFL, or 3 weeks since the Cowboys beat the fucking commies. Or what was that? 4 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? That was like the last one.
Let's see. Let's parlay this together. Football. If we do Vikings -7 and Falcons -5.5, we can get +260.
No, I'm saying just moneyline parlay them. Just
Moneyline parlay?
yeah, just parlay them though. Just don't win outright.
Okay. What? Come on. Go back to parlay, you asshole. Vikings at minus 350. Falcons at minus 255.
This will be like minus 120.
Hundred wins you 79.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
I'm gonna take the plus 260.
Fuck it, dude. Hey. Normally I would be against it, but the way the NFL has been this year, fucking it probably hits, dude.
Oh.
All right, thank you everybody for joining us. Make sure to download the Sharps app, SHARPZ, straight to your mobile device. Use promo code JORD517. It's free to download, free to use. Check your bets, track your bets, become a better Sharps app. Follow us on Instagram at Taproom Sports Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Taproom_sports. Follow myself at Jordan Rules TSP. We'll be back on Tuesday night to discuss some more Major League Baseball and other shit going on. So tap in with us around 9:15 Pacific Standard Time. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Really appreciate y'all. For Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks Slats. We'll catch y'all later. Have a blessed week. Peace.
Later.